Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, fine. Teams was not connecting initially. Now it is allowing me to connect. Just we'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll continue. Is it okay? Maybe others may be having the same issue.
Okay, sir.
Good. Fine. Is the my screen is visible? Uh,
Yes, sir.
the last class, so we were discussing about the collections, and we discussed about the how the list works, and we have done a simple project where we have developed the quiz application where we learn about the how we can read the JSON files, how you will be reading in Java. We have learned, and here we have a the questions.json. I added one JSON file I added here. So this JSON data, how to read it in Java, we learn. So whenever you have a external files like JSON or CSV file, so JSON file when you're reading that, we can read by using the third-party library called the Jackson library. This Jackson library has provided the utility classes. By using those classes, you are going to read it here. So this is what we read. We read the JSON data, and finally we are getting the list of questions. Okay, question details you are getting here. By using that question details, by using those questions, we conducted the quiz, and at the same time we are going to ask the user to enter his input and everything. Like we'll be displaying the question by question, and finally we are displaying that here. Hey, this is the score you have scored. You will be displaying the score details you are displaying. This is what one example we have done that in the a simple project we created. And same thing we have done with the product manager. Now we will discuss about the in detail. How are you going to use, okay, new package, I'm going to create it here, day10. So we'll use the set and map, how we are going to use it here and how to connect with the database. We'll discuss. With that, we will stop the sessions. Okay. Now here, when it comes to the when it comes to the set, when it comes to the set, how are you going to use this set? Okay. This, in case of the set doesn't allow the duplicate elements. It doesn't allow the duplicate elements. It will allow, uh, it will allow the one null value, and it doesn't allow the duplicate elements. What does it mean? Now here we are going to create a new class called the set example. Set example, I'm going to take it here. The set, if I'm taking here, set is also an interface. Set class has got the multiple implementations, and we are going to use the set. And what is the type you want to store it here? I want to store the string. I'll be taking it as a names equal to, you are going to create it as a new hash set. Now, whenever you're adding the elements to that, Krish, and I'm adding the Manoj, and I'm adding the Charan, once again, I'm adding Balaji, I'm going to add the Krish, I'm adding the names dot add, I'm adding the one more time, Charan, we are going to add it here. Now we added the Charan twice, okay, then Krish is a twice we added here, but it won't store the duplicate elements. Okay, names dot Krish, and here also we added the Krish, and here also we added here. So when you see this here, as far as out of, if I print this set, it does the names. If I print it here, the names, if you print it here, here we have the names Krish, Manoj, Charan, Raj. Like these are the names. The set will, what it does is that whenever you are adding the element to the set, it will create a hash code. It will check the hash code and equals method. With the same content, you will have the same hash code. Even content also same. It treats like a duplicate element. It won't add. So whenever you are adding to the set, first it will check the hash code. If hash codes are same, then it is going to compare the equals method. If equals method also same, then hash code and equals both are same, then it won't be added to the your set. then it will continue the like no, it is going to add the next further elements it will be adding here. And moreover, insertion order will not be guaranteed. What order you inserted, those elements you cannot get it in the same order, and in positional access also not possible. You cannot do the positional access also. It is not possible. Set will not maintain the insertion order. Okay, we'll see that here. Now, if I am going running this here, I'm going to run this here. I would see Krish only once, not the twice. Krish only once, and here Charan also it is only once. When you have a concern about the duplicates, you are not worried about the insertion order, then the best data structure is a set. The best data structure is a set you would be using here. How do you process the elements from the set? You can use the for loop, you can use it here, string name, and you would be accessing that here. By using the I equal to 0 location value, you cannot access the set elements. Now I would be calling this here, which is going to print the 1 by 1 element. It is going to print it here. It's going to print the 1 by 1 element. It's printing here. Now let's take it as another simple example. This is a set example 2. I'm taking the set example 2. I'm going to take it here. We have a here. This is a main method I'm writing here. Okay. This is a main method. I'm going to write it here. And where we are going to create a list of string. I have the CS. Okay, these are the people. And EC, these are the people. And ME, these are the people. IS, these are the people. Okay. Now here we are going to write it, take it here. Okay, John. Okay, then we are going to say it here. Madhya, 3. Okay, this is we are going to say that here. Ramu. Okay. Okay. Some names you are going to say that here. So these are the names I said that here. And when I say this here names, now what I want to do here is, so these are the people who are in IS, CS, and EC, ME. Now what do you want to get it here? Unique values you want to get it here. From all these students, we want to get the unique names, you want to get it here. You want to get a unique names, you want to get it here. In order to get the unique names, what you could do here is you can take a set of string, set equal to, you are going to take the new hash set. Okay, you are taking the new hash set, you are going to take it here. Add all, you do the add all, and add all. And finally you print the SYS out of set, we are going to print it here. That's it. So this is going to remove all the duplicate elements. It will print the unique values. So in that list, what are the unique names it is having here? Just it is printing these are the unique names it is going to get it. These are another cases where we would be using the set, we are going to use it here. And when you are defining the set, you are going to take it here, new hash set, and then you are going to add all the values, and finally you'll be printing the set, we are going to print it here. This is what you are doing here. Now, so we will take another example. New class, I'm going to take it here. This is a class, I'm going to take it here. Set example 3. Set example 3, we are going to use it here. Now, when I'm using the set example 3, this is the main method, I'm going to write it here. Okay, when I'm taking the main method, we are going, okay, main method, we are going to write it here. And this is a place where we are going to take it as a set of string, or we will take a user defined objects. Okay, yesterday we have written a one product products.json we have written here. This is a products.json. From this only we want to get the brand names. We want to get the brand names, you want to get it here. So first you are going to read all these products, you want to read it here. Okay, just we are writing a one method, public list of product, okay, here we are going to take from the day 9 we are going to take it here. This is a product list equal to get products. Get products equal to, I'm going to say that as a, this is a products. We are going to say that here. And we need to read this data from the, okay, or we are going to put these values. This is a product. And this product class has got the, okay, we don't want to read it here. We want to read it from our data. We want to read it here. Okay, JSON file, we want to read that here. Try list of product. Okay, whatever you have written there, and we are repeating that once again. Product equal to, products equal to new array list. I'm going to create a one object. I'm creating here. New array list object I'm going to create. Now I want to read that here. Try. Okay, this is a read file. The data we need to read it from the JSON file. Products equal to, first we are going to create a object mapper object I'm creating here. Object mapper. Object mapper equal to, this is what, and I'm going to say it as a products equal to, I want to read the products from the my, okay, just we will complete this here. Catch, this is the exception E, we are going to avoid this here. So now I'm going to do the object mapper dot, and I'm read values. So where we are going to read the set example 3 products.json and type reference, we are going to use it here, and we are going to read the products, we are going to read it here. Now we got the all the list of products, we got it here. Once I get these products, then we are going to return products, we are going to return here. So this is going to read object mapper.read value, and we are taking the, hey, this is a place where my resource is available, or instead of this we can use the this dot. Okay, this means the current class. We can write the this dot get class. We can use this way also. This dot get class, then get resource as a stream. We are going to take it here in the resources folder. What are the file it is there? You are getting the file, and we are going to read that values as a products. We are going to read it here. This is one way we can do that here, or you can just write the class name dot. This is a class name. You read this class name, and here you read this file, you convert it into the this of type, and finally it's going to get the list of products. Cool. Now I want to get the, here I have a list of products, list of products, list of product. Okay, products equal to, first I am going to create a one set example 3 object I am creating here. Set example 3 obj equal to new set example 3. And I would be calling the obj.getProducts. Obj.getProducts. If I run the, if I print the how many products are there, SYS out of total products, we are going to say it as a total products equal to, just we are going to display the product size I am displaying here. Apart from that, nothing else we are doing here. And I'm going to say that here, what is the total products? I would be displaying the total products I am displaying here. Now I got this here. Now, if I run this here, the output which is going to display for you as a, so in this JSON file, how many products we have? 12 products we are having here. So we are getting the 12 products. Now, what I want to get it here is, I want to get all the product brand names. Okay, just you want to say that here, list of string. I want to get the branch. Okay, just we are going to get the brand names, and how I am getting here, get brand names. Brand names. I'm going to pass the products. I'm going to define a new method. I'm going to define here, and this is a method we are going to create, and we are going to get the brand names you are getting here. Now here, how do you get the brand names? So now what we have a products, and we need to return the list of products we need to return here. You can do set of string. Okay, brand set equal to, we are going to write it as a new asset I'm doing here, and I'm going to iterate over the each product. I'm getting the brand name I'm going to add to the set, but they are expecting the return type as a list. Then what do you do here is, we are going to convert it to the new array list, and we are passing the brand name we are passing here. Why we are taking the set here? To avoid the duplicate elements. to avoid the duplicate elements, we are using the product and we are taking the set we are taking here and we are adding all the brand names, and finally this we are converting into the array list we are going to convert here, so that it will have the unique values which we are converting into the array list we are going to convert here. So finally we would be returning that array list we are going to return. Finally we are going to return the array list object we would be returning here. This is a way we would be writing the set we would be using here. Now if I print here, what are the brand names we have here? Just you will be printing it as a brand names branch. We are going to run this here, which will be displaying all the brand names it is going to display here. So without duplicates, it would be displaying all the brand names. These are the brand names which you have. We can see that here. This can be done in even by using the list also. Okay, you can do by using the list also. What is that? List of string, if you take that here, if that not contains, you would be adding that. Either ways it's fine. The set and list, when you are comparing here, set will not allow the duplicate elements. The insertion order is not maintained. Positional access is not possible in case of the set. When you are more concerned about the duplicate elements, the better go with the set. And when it comes to the list will allow the duplicate elements, and it's like, no, it's a simple data structure. It is we can say that as a it is a dynamic array. That's it. Apart from that, nothing else. So everything you can, positional access is possible. The insertion order will be maintained. It will allow the duplicate elements. It will allow the null values. So when to choose set and when to choose the list is when you are more concerned about the duplicate elements, better go with the set than using the list. Okay. What about the user-defined objects? What about user-defined objects when I'm adding to the set? Will it allow the duplicate elements or not? That's a question we have it here. In case of the set, how does set knows that, hey, there is a duplicate element? Now here I'll show you with the practical example. New class, I'm going to create it here. Set example 3. Set example 4, I'm going to take it here. This is a set example 4. I would be creating here one simple class. I'm going to create it here. Okay, I'm going to create a class called the student. And this student class has got the private int one roll number, private name. I'm going to take it here. Only two things I'm taking here. Here we are going to add the @getter, and we are going to add the @setter. We are going to add it here. And now here I'm going to add the @all constructor. One parameterized constructor I'm adding here. If you want to add the default constructor, you can add the default constructor. No or constructor, you can add it here. So getters, setters, all are constructor, no or constructor, we added here. Now here we are going to take a main method I'm taking here. I'll be creating the student equal to new student. I'm going to create one object I'm creating here with this value 1001. His name is a Krish. And I'm going to create a 1001. Once again, Krish I created here. This is a student 1 and this is student 2. I'm creating the one more object. I'm going to create it here. Student 3, we are going to create it here. New student, we are going to say it as this is a 1002. I'll be saying it as this is a Manoj. Okay, then we are going to create it as a 1003 Charan. And 1002 again we are going to create it as a Manoj. Okay, 1003 we are going to 1002 we are going to create it as a Manoj. We are going to create it here. Okay, now I will be adding all these things to the set. Okay, here we are going to add the student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4, and student 5. Okay, all these things we are adding to the student, and finally we are going to print the size. SYS out, I'm going to print the students dot, I'm going to print the size, I'm going to print it here. Now can someone help me? If I print this students dot size, what would be the output you are expecting? We added the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we added here. So student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4, and student 5. When I run this example, this would show the output as a 5. Size is a 5. Size is a 5, it is going to say that here. Why? In case of the previously when we added, it did not allow the duplicate elements. When I'm adding the user-defined objects, it is allowing the duplicate elements. See, 1002 is a duplicate element because with the same content I am going to create the object. With the same content I am going to create the object. So how does it allow that here? Whenever you are adding the elements to the set, if you are adding the user-defined objects, this is one of the questions people will ask you during your interviews. So it is not magic, like no. So every object it will create a one hash code. Based on the content, it is going to create a hash code, and that hash code, it is set is going to check the hash code. With the same hash code, if it already object is existing, if you are adding with the same content one more object, if you are adding, it will check that whether hash code is available or not. Hash code is same or not. If it is hash code is same, then it's going to compare the content by using the equals method. Whenever you are whenever you are storing the object into the what you can call set, if it is a user defined objects, to avoid the duplicate elements, you must override the hash code and equals. I'm going to here, you're writing here at the rate of hash code and equals, you are going to override. The moment you override the hash code and equals method, it will not allow the duplicate elements. It will compare the hash code and it will compare the equals. Hash code and equals both are same, it won't allow that here. So if you are not writing using the annotation, how do you override the hash code and equals method? You can see here, Control N. So here you can say that here equals and hash code and override the hash code and equals method. So we can use the Java 7, and then you are going to say that here, this is a method and these are the fields, and create. This is what it will generate the based on the your role and name. It is going to generate a hash code, and at the same time it is generating the equals method. If the content like now, first it is comparing both the variables are referring to the same object or not. If not, if it is not equal to null, then it is converting into the student object, and finally it is doing that as a roll number, and it is comparing the name. It is going to compare. If everything is the same, it will be treated like a duplicate element and it won't be added into the set. So in case of the user defined objects, whenever you are working with the set, the first thing is we must remember is we should be overriding the hash code and the equals method. If this same example, if you are doing with the record, okay, now I'm going to do, okay, this point is clear. Is this clear, or any questions here? Is this clear? So in case of the set, how do you add the user defined objects? When you're adding the user defined objects, we must override the hash code and the equals method. Otherwise, set will not know that. Now you may ask the one more question. Hey, what about the string classes? We haven't done that here. The string classes already the predefined classes, all your primitive data types and string class, they have overridden the hash code and the equals method. Yeah. So this is a way the user defined objects can be added to the set and you can avoid the duplicate elements. Any questions here? No questions? Okay. The next we will be discussing, the next topic is a map. When you take the map, hey guys, can you hear me by the way? Not even one person is speaking. Can someone respond, please?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So when you are taking the map, if I'm taking here, the another data structure called the map. Map is going to store the key and value pairs. Okay, map will maintain the key and value pairs. It is going to be maintained, where key is also a unique and value can be anything. Suppose if I'm taking here map example, I'm going to write it here, map example 1. How do you define here this map and how it works? We'll discuss here. Map, it will have the key and value pairs. Key is I'm saying it as this is a string, or this is an integer. The value is I'm going to take it as a string. Okay. Now I would be saying it as a map equal to new hash map. I'm going to create it here. This map that I'm going to put value where you need to add to the element to the map. You would be using the map dot put. This is a key and it's a value. It's like no map. Whenever you take that here, map is like a telephonic directory, or we can say it as a LO books. LO when you take the phone number and corresponding address, phone number and the corresponding address, or student name and student ID and it's a corresponding details. When you have key and value pairs, you want to player jersey number and player name. These are the best examples for the map. When you want to store the key and value pairs you want to maintain, then you would be using the map.put, map.put. And suppose if I'm putting the map.put, once again 1001, I'm going to write it as a Krishna. Okay, I'm going to write it as a Krishna. Once again, I'm adding here. So here, when I'm doing here map.put, it is going to put the value to the map and it will maintain like a key and value pairs it is going to maintain. Once again, if I put the map.put value, what it thinks that here already the key is available, the value will be replaced with the Krish. Now this is going to point to the object Krish, it is going to point it here. So it will not say that to duplicate keys. Okay, it will not say that it is a duplicate key. It will not say that here. It thinks that you are replacing the value 1001. You are replacing only the value. Okay. Let me give you a simple example. Excalibur. I'm going to take it here. How this map is going to work. Yeah. Here, if I'm taking here, this is a key. These all the keys which is going to be maintained in a map. Suppose if I'm adding the 1001. Okay, 1001, it is a pointing to the object. 1001, it is a pointing to the one object, it is pointing here. Okay, this is a 1001, which is a pointing to the, this is a holding the reference of the 1001, it's holding here. Once again, if I'm adding this for time being, for a discussion purpose, we'll take it as a 1. Okay, here we are going to take it as a 1. 1 is holding the Krish. Now, once again, if I'm adding the 1 to the map, with the different value, this is a Krish. Okay, or you are going to take it as this is a Krish. Once again, if I am adding the 1 with the something else, what it thinks that here, so the something all object will be, it's like, let's take it as a D. This I'm taking it as a, let's take it as a D, I'm going to take it here. So now here, this thinks that here, once again, I'm adding into the map, this value will be updated and here this connection will be lost. This connection will be, it is going to be delete this connection. And now here it will be pointing, the 1 will be pointing to the D. It will not say the duplicate key. What it does is that it just update the reference it is going to update here. Now this is exactly it is happening here. 1001 I added the Krish and I added the Krish I added here. So Krishna I added here. The 1001 will be pointing instead of Krish, it will be pointing to the Krishna. That's a way we will not have the duplicate keys in the map. Okay, how do you process how do you get that process the map values? How do you process that here? First, you can get the keys, all the keys you can get it here. Set of keys is of type integer. Keys equal to, I can call the map.key set. This is going to give me all the keys. What are the keys are there? All the keys it is going to give it here. And now here we are going to run that loop for key in keys and we are going to print all the values. You are going to print it here. Now if I run this here, what is the key and corresponding value? You would be getting that here. What is the key and corresponding value? You are going to get it here. Krish, Krishna. It's a, you see here 1001 we added the Krish, but it is a Krishna because we have replaced that value. Here we replaced here. You can get all the keys by using the keys. You can call the map.getKey. If that key is available, it is going to return the corresponding value. It's going to return the corresponding value. It will return here. Now, whether key is find or not, whether key is present or not, how do you check that here? SYS out of map.get or okay, contains key. You can use the contains key. You can use it here. 1001. Is it present? If it is just it will check that here. If it is a present, it is going to return the true. Otherwise, it is going to return false. It's going to return the false. It's saying that true. So what are the other methods it is having here? Map dot put if absent. Put if absent. We are going to say it as a 1001. I'm going to say it as a Krishna Mohan. Okay, I'm saying that here. Hey, if this key is not available, then only you put the Krishna Mohan. Now, if I print the map, it will not put that value because already, if I print this map, it won't be printed. The map will not print the Krishna Mohan. So because that key is already available, it won't add that here. Okay, if I print this map, only the previous values you'll have it here. You'll not have the. So first it will check whether key is available or not. Suppose if I'm taking the 1005, this key is not available, then it will add the key and the value it is going to add to the map. Now if I run this here, so this is going to add the 1005 Krishna Mohan, it is added here. So like this, you have a different methods you are having here. Put if absent. Okay, then you are going to get the contents, you are going to check that here, and you can call the get method, you can call it here. Get, you can call it here. Now we'll take another practical example. New Java class, I'm going to take it here. This is a map example 2. Okay, so just we will be saying here, this is the main method. I'm going to write the string. Okay, we are going to take the string. We are going to take that here about Java. Okay, cool. We have written a. So we have written a Java is a programming language and it's a platform. Java is a high level and it's robust, object oriented, secure. Okay, we can say it as a. Okay, we lost the Modi speech, reset Modi speech, whatever you have done that here. Okay. I'm very happy to announce that we are going to launch new schema for farmers. Okay, we will do this here once again. So this will start from the base. Okay, this is what, right now. The Modi, what are the speech he has done that here? Like we would be writing, this is what I'm going to write it here. This is what I'm going to print it here. So this is what is saying that here. I'm very happy to announce that we are going to launch a new schema for farmers. So then here we are saying that this schema will help farmers to get more money and for their crops. Then you would be saying that here this schema will be launching on August 25th, and this is what. Cool. Now here, if I take this here, this is what we have taken, and this is a Modi speech we will be taking here. Now, what do we want to find it here? You want to find the how many. Okay, here we'll say it as just speech, like no Modi speech. Just you'll say that here. Modi. We can take it as some data. Okay, speech or data, we can take it here. Okay, this is the data we are having here. I want to know how many words he has used, occurrence of each word, how many times he has used the happy. Okay, this is let me ask the ChatGPT. Okay, whether it is farmers or this is a schema, then we are going to say that here, and what are the sentence used here? Okay, like this. Real heroes of the country. Cool. Farmers are real heroes of the country. This is a recent speech he has done that here about the farmers. So before elections. Now the simple question is, we want to get all the words, and we want to find the occurrence of each word. We want to find it here. We want to read all the. We want to get all the words. Then from there we want to get all the like no frequency of the each word we want to find it here. Okay, we want to find the frequency of the each word we want to find it here. So this is what. This is a sentence we are having here. From this, you need to find the all the occurrence of each word we want to find it here. Occurrence of each word. How many times happy was there? How many times announcement is there? How many times it was money is there? So just how many times farmers are there? So we want to count that here. First thing is what we are going to do here. First thing is what we are going to do here is we are going to clean. We would be doing here. Okay, data dot split we are going to use it here, or we are going to do the here data equal to data dot. I'm going to say it as a replace all the things we are going to replace with the except A to Z and these all these things we are replacing with the empty space. Now I'm going to print the SYS out of data. I'm going to print it here. Now if I print this data, what is the data I'm getting here? Just we'll see that here. Okay, so it is replacing all these things. It's going to replace. This will spoil the our. Okay, replace all dot. I want to replace with the slash dot. I want to replace regular expression. We are going to write it here. You are going to replace the all the commas. We are going to replace. First dots we are going to replace. So this is what we are going to get it here. And here we are going to take the slash n. We are going to replace. I want to replace with the new line also. I want to replace with the space. I want to replace. Now I'm going to run this here. What is the output? Just we'll see that here. Okay, this is what slash n also I want to replace with the empty. Okay, let me take it here. Slash n I'm going to replace with the empty, so that we will not have the commas and full stops. So we don't have it here. Why it's getting this is a space is here, one extra space it's getting here. Okay. Yes, plus we want to replace with the multiple spaces. If it is having here, we want to replace with the. Okay, here we are going to take it here. If it is a S. Okay, here we are going to say it as a slash S means which you are going to replace this space. So what you would be taking here? Okay, here we want to replace. Okay, this is what we are doing here. And one more replace we would be doing here, dot replace. I'm going to do this here. Slash S plus plus. If it is having the multiple spaces, you just replace with the one space. You are going to do that here. First, I'm going to remove the all the comma. Then we are going to get it here. This is a word we got it here. This is the finally what are the text we have taken. We are replacing the all the new values, all the dots. And if there is a comma also, we want to replace the comma. Just you can do the comma. We can write it here, which is going to replace the all the comma and your empty space you are going to replace. And then here, if there is a multiple spaces, you are replacing with the one empty space you are replacing. And finally, you got it here. Now I want to get the all the words. I want to get it here. Now, if I do this here, SYS out, I'm going to print the ARR dot length, not length. I want to print the all the elements. Just you are going to print the arrays dot. We are going to say it as a toString, and we would be taking it as a ARR. Now I'm going to run this here, which would be printing the all the words. It is going to print it here. This is a what we got it here. Farmers. This is wrong. Farmers we got it here. Okay, anyhow we are replacing. Just we will replace that here because it's the next word. It is mixed. We don't want to do that here. Cool. Now you can see all the words we got it here. what do we want to do here? We want to find the occurrence of each word. How many times I is used, am is used, very is used, happy is used. We want to count that here. In order to count this here, what we could do here is we could take a one map of string, comma integer. This is a map equal to new hash map. Now here we are running over the loop. We are saying that here, hey, put if absent, if element value is 0, if this element is absent, you put that as a 0. Map that put element, we are going to put the get element plus 1. That means what are the previous value you increment? If first time it is going to put it as a 0, and here we are going to put the same element. Already this is having the 0 plus 1, we are going to add it here. If it is the second time, this won't be executed, then it is going to get that value and the value will be incremented by 1. And finally, we are going to print it here, the map value. If I am printing here, so which is going to print the occurrence of each word, how many times I is used, am is used, happy is used. This is used once, new is once, schema is used twice, per is used twice, pharmacy is used twice. You are getting here. Okay. Suppose you don't want to do all these circus and like no, you want to write a simple sentence. You want to write it here. What I'm doing here. So Java is okay. We can say it as a learning Java is fun. To have fun, learn Java. Okay. So learn Java. We are going to say that here. Okay. This is what this is just we are writing a simple text we are writing here. There is no need of writing the okay. This is what learning Java is a fun. To learn to have fun, you just learn Java. We are going to say that here. This is the thing we are taking here. Now what we are doing here is we have this is the data we are having here, learning Java, and we are going to split that here. What I'm doing here is a split based on the space. You are going to split that here, and finally we are going to check that here. First, it is a learning. Is there in the map? No. Then it is going to put that and 0 value. Again, it is putting that same element. It is getting the value. This time the value is 0. 0 plus 1, 1 it is going to put it here. And now if I run this here, which would be printing the output as a learning is 1 time, Java is 1 time. Okay. Learning is Java is a twice. Learn is a 1. Have is 1. Learning is a 1. And then there is a is 1, 2 is 1, fun is a twice it is used. You get the occurrence of each word you would be getting here. So this can be done by using the arrays also, but if you are using the data structures map, it's much simpler. We can say that here. Put if absent and default value, then you are going to get that element and we are going to increment the value by 1. So this is the way you can use the map. When you want to get the key and value pairs, you would be using that. Now, we have already written this is a brand name you have written here. If you take this set example 3, we are getting the brand names and products we are getting here. I'm going to make use of the same method even in case of the map example also. How are you going to useful that? New class, I'm going to put it here, or we are going to take another example, we will take it here. This is a login user service. Okay, login user service, we are going to take it here. Login user service I'm taking here. When I'm taking the login user service here, we are going to take the record user has got the username and password. I'm taking the record I'm taking here. Instead of class, the new type they have introduced that's called the record. This record will have the getters and setters and the hash code and everything. It is overridden. We need not to write any getters and setters. It's a simple object. Instead of writing the class and adding the getters and setters and adding the all constructor, those things are not required when you're using the record. These are one of the features are added in the Java 18. It is added here. Now what I'm doing here is I have I'm going to create a one method. I'm going to create it here. Okay, this is a method and I'm writing here public Okay, method should be written inside the class. Public list of user. Okay, get user, or we would be writing here. Here itself we will say it as a user service. You will write a one class called the user service. I'm going to write it here. This user service, I'm going to write one method. I'm writing here private list of user. I'm going to take it as a get users. Get users, we are going to write it here, and where we are going to take the list of users equal to new array list. I'm going to create it here, and I'll be adding the users dot add. I would be adding the new user. Then I'm going to add it as a new user. I'm adding the new user. I'm adding the new user. Users dot add. I'm going to add the new user. Like this, we added the Krish, Manoj, Charan, and here we are going to add the some Ramesh. Okay, 1 to 3 is a password. Finally, I'm going to return this users. Return users. Okay, this is what we are taking here. These are the list of users. See, ideally we should get it from the database. For now, we have got these values here itself. We got it here. The users, we got it here. Now what I'm doing here is I'm writing a one method, public boolean login string. I'm going to pass the username, and here we are going to pass the string password. A string username and password. Like now, if this user is having the username, and at the same time if the password is matches, then you are going to return it as a true. Otherwise you are going to return it as a false. So if the username and password, if it is a matches the existing records, we are going to return it as a true. Otherwise you are going to return it as a false. Now what we would be doing here is we would be doing here, we are going to get the list of users. I'm getting the list of users. I'm getting here, and we are going to the each user. We are checking that username and password both are same or not. If it is the same, we are going to return true. If this condition never executed, we are going to return it as a false. We are going to return it as a false. We are going to return here. This is a way you can check that whether user is the username with this username and password, any user is existing or not. Just imagine I'm writing this login username. Okay, public boolean login. The username and password, I'm going to take it here, and I'm getting the users, and I'm checking that here. Just imagine you have a millions of records, and the username itself it's wrong. Not about the password. Username itself it's wrong. Then unnecessarily you are going through the iterating to the million records, and finally you are saying that here, hey, user is not found. Instead of this, what we could do here is we can write one method. We can write it here. What is that? Map of string comma user object. I'm going to put it here. This is a map equal to new hash map. I'm going to create it here. I'm creating the new hash map, and inside this constructor, I'm getting these users. I'm assigning to the map.put username and user object. I'm going to put it here. And whenever I'm doing this logic, this will become this simple. If map contains this username, then I will get the username, and I'm going to check the username and password. And I'm going to check the password. Then I'm going to return true. Here, what we are doing here is we are not iterating over all the records every time. Whenever the user calls login method, already my values are maintained in a key and value page. I'm checking that, hey, map contains this username. If it contains, then I'm going to check. I'm going to get that value, corresponding value, and I'm checking the password. If the username contains and map is also password is also matched, then I will return the true. If it is not contained, immediately we are going to return the false. Immediately we are going to return the false. You are returning here. What we are doing here is we would be creating the map, and in the map we are going to put the The key is a username and the value is the object itself. And here in the login method, we are checking that. Hey, if this username is existing or not, we are going to check that here. If it is exists, then you are going to return the username here. You are going to return true. Otherwise, you are going to return the false. The main advantage of that here, number of iterations has been decreased. Here we are not doing the number of iterations. It is going to match the key indexing. It is matching and it's going to get the user object. It is going to get it here. So now you can write a main method. You can write it here and you can test that here. Main method, you are going to write this here. You're going to write a main method. This is a place where you're writing the main method you're writing. And finally, okay, main method, once you write the main method, then we are going to say it as a Krish at the rate of 123, Krish at the rate of 1234, Krish at the rate Krish1.1234. Now, wherever username and password is matched, then it will return true. Otherwise, it is going to say it as a false. Username is existing, but there is no password. These two remaining cases, it is returning it as a false. Is this clear? So this is a way the map will be practically, it will be used in the real-time applications. Yeah. Yeah, just we are going to check this here. Yeah, map contains this and we are going to write it one more time. You need not to write that. Just you can write this simplified. You can write it here. Cool. So this is about the data structures. Like no, there are other data structures are available like stack, queue. You guys can go through the existing data structures and spend some time. And these three classes are very extensively used in the projects: set, list, and map. And the map implemented class is a hash map we are using here. Okay, so just given a introduction about the how you can use the data structures and how to solve these simple problems, and you guys can take this knowledge to the next level. Next, I am going to explain about the how do you connect from my Java application to my database. Okay, so how I'm going to connect with the database. This is a topic I'm going to discuss now. So my database is running in maybe it is running in a cloud or it may be running in some other place. It is running here. Here is my database. My database stores my data in the form of a table. What are the data? I'm going to take it here. My database is going to store this data in the form of a table. It's storing here. From this database, I want to read my content. I want to read it here. And what are the content I am having here? I want to display. I want to connect with my Java application. This is my Java application. This Java application needs to, okay, this is a Java application. This Java application, we want to talk to this database, or maybe inserting the data, updating the data, and like on this table we can, or any table we can do that here. We need to connect with this database, and we have to send the data, or you want to retrieve the data. How do you do that here? How do you do that here? First, we need to have the database which is running in your machine, or it should be running in the cloud. What I would say that here, when you are learning the database, if you want to create a database instance, there is a render.com. Okay, there is a website called the render.com where you can take a database as a service. You can take it there. Okay, I will take, instead of installing the locally, we are going to install the render.com. We are going to log in with the render.com. So this is a place where we are going to say that here, get start with the free. I'm going to get start with the free. I will be saying it as a login with the GitHub. I'm going to log in with that here. Okay, just we are going to say that as a authorize. Okay, this is a complete sign up. I'm going to say that here. Okay, they are sending the one verification email. They are going to send it here. Okay, now I'm going to log in with this is the email, and that verification email, just we need to accept that here. Okay, just we are going to say that here. Okay, choose what do you call? So just I'll say it as a JFS. How do you primary render.com? It can be used, the personal use. Okay, now here we are going to what type of you are going to build the applications. Web, I'm going to build that here. Yes, we are going to say that here. Okay, yes, we are going to start new project. Yeah, I'm going to continue that here. Now here we have they are going to give you the several options they are giving here. This is the cloud service provider. It's similar to the AWS, but it's not like no, they have multiple services. They have a limited services. These are the services which they are having here. Now I want to take the PostgreSQL as a service. I want to take it here. New PostgreSQL. I'm going to create a one instance. I'll be saying that as a JFS. I'm going to create it as a my PostgreSQL instance name. I'm going to give it here. And I'm using the free tier. DB name is I'm going to say it as a JFS. I'm going to say that here. Then username is I'm going to say it as a JFS DB user. Okay, DB user. I'm going to say it is a this is a unique name for that. This is the one JFS and JFS DB username, and this is a 15 I'm using here. I want to use the free tier. Don't select this standard and these things, just free tier. And this is the free for only 90 days. And once it's expired, then you can ignore, you can create a one more instance you can create, or if really you are making some business, you can start using this starter, you can use it here. Now I'm going to say that as a create a database. I would be saying it as a create database. This is going to create a one DB instance for us. It may take the couple of minutes, couple of seconds, it may take it here. Once DB instance is created, you can access anywhere you can access. That also you can configure like now which are the IP address it has to be allowed and all these things you can configure. For time being, we will allow from anywhere we will allow. So just it is creating the instance. Let it create the instance. It may take the couple of few seconds they are saying here. Once this is available, it is saying that here, hey, they have created the instance, it is available, and this is running in this is the host name. In this port number, it's running, and this is a database name, and this is my DB username, and this is a password and URLs, everything they have given here. Now, how do you connect from this database is first you should know the main things. What are the things you need to know? What is your host name? Where it is running, what is your port number, and what is your username, what is your password, what is your password, what is your password, you want to know that here, password. If I know these things, then I can connect with my database. Whenever you are connecting from the Java or third-party tool is, let's take it as a dviewer. This dviewer is one of the database client. You are taking the dviewer is a database client we are taking here. This dviewer is a, we can say it as it's a universal database client. It can connect with any database. Okay, now I'm going to connect with the new connection. I'm going to do this here. What is that new connection? I'm going to click on this here, new connection, PostgreSQL. Okay, here we are going to look for that here. We need to enter your URL. Okay, if you know URL, directly you can go to the render.com. Here we have got the external URL. You just copy this here. This has got all the information. You paste it here. Okay, I did not copy that. Yeah, just let me copy. I would be saying it as my URL. Cool. Okay, I'm going to connect with my URL is jdbc / PostgreSQL : this is what, this is my URL. If I say test connection, jdbc host name, jdbc, yeah, this is a host name. I need to give that here. My DB name, we are going to say that here. Host name is This is the password. After that password, whatever you are having here, this is nothing but the host name. No, this is wrong. Okay, we need to take the external thing. We need to take it here because we are connecting from the. So this is the internal. We are connecting from the external. This should be this. This is a host name. Okay, this is a host name. So this is a host name you are having here. Then here we are going to say it as a hyphen region name and what is the site name you are going to give it here. Now I'm going to say it as a, this is my host name. Okay, I added my host name I added here. So post, let me take it here. Let me copy this here. Okay, I'll be correcting here. URL, you paste it here. I'm going to remove everything. This is what they are saying here, and I'm going to say it as a JDBC. Okay, just you add the Postgres SQL. Okay, there is a small correction. Now I'm going to test this here. DB name, everything we added here. Okay, JDBC, Postgres SQL or Postgres. Okay, Postgres colon. I'm going to take it here. Test the connection. No. SQL. Test the connection. Okay, URL is wrong. It's saying here. Okay, that's the host name. Let me delete this here. JDBC Postgres SQL host name. Okay, we'll take the one by one. Yeah, it's something. It is acting crazy. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. So this is from here to here, whatever it is there. This is a host name. Let me copy this host name into the dviewer. Okay, now I copied into the dviewer. I copied here. Add symbol should not be having here. And then here we have a the DB name. The DB name is this. In the render.com, if you look at here, this is my DB name. Okay, let's copy this DB name. This is my DB name, and my username is JFS DB user. JFS DB user is my username, and we are going to take the password. What is the password? This is a password. I'm going to test the connection. If everything should be fine, then it is going to connect with my database, which is running in the render.com. That's a cloud. I'm going to click here, finish. Click on finish. This is a connection. It's created here, and it's connected. And now here we will create a few tables. We will create and we'll insert the data. And from the Java application, how we are going to connect and how do you get the data? We'll see that here. If you look at here, we don't have any tables. Now I want to open the one SQL script. I'm going to open here. New SQL script I'm opening here. This is a place where you are going to write the creating the table. Create table. The table name is a product, and it has got the one ID. ID, just I'm taking it as a serial name. This is a varchar of 100, and I'm going to create a one price. I'm going to create it here. Price equal to, we are going to say it as a, we will be saying it as a number. Okay, this is the data type. I'm going to create it here. This is a 250. I'll give that here. Product has got the 250. The product table has got the 3 columns. One is ID, another one is name. Okay, here we are going to take it as a, this is a double or float. I'm going to take it here. Okay, this data type is not existing. It is saying here. Now here I want to insert the data into the database. Insert into product, name and price we are going to insert. These are values I'm saying here. And where we are going to insert the iPhone 15 Pro. Okay, this is the price we are going to say it as a 1,50,000. Something we are going to say that here. And one more we are going to say it here. Insert into product, name and price. And here we are going to insert the values. iPhone 15 Pro Max which is 1,80,000. We are going to say that here. Something you are going to say that here. Okay, 1,80,000 you would be saying here. Now I want to insert this value. I inserted. I want to insert these values. Two values I inserted here. Select star from. I would be doing the product. Okay, what are the products we are having here? We can see here. I have two products. One is a iPhone 15 Pro. Another one is a 15 Pro Max. We have got the two products. Suppose if you are adding the one more product, insert into. I'm going to say that here. Insert into product, and I'm going to say it as a name, and we are going to give the price. So where we are going to add the value. This is the value. I'm saying it as a iPhone 15. We are going to say that here. 15. We are going to say that here. 1 lakh. We are going to say that here. This is a one more product I'm adding here. So now I'm going and accessing that here. We have a 3 products. The serial means it is auto-generated value. So that's the reason we are inserting the only name and price we are going to insert. Now this is the data we are having in our database. In our from Java application, how do you connect with this database, and how the way this is nothing but the Java application, which is a viewer also. But they have created the one GUI where you are going to connect with the database and you will be retrieving the data. So, but in our application, how do I talk to this database? How do I get my data from product data? I want to get it from the connecting with that database, and I want to get this data, and I want to show all the product information. In order to do that here, we need to use if the Java application needs to talk to your database, in between we should be using something called the JDBC. We are going to use it here. We are going to use something called the JDBC. JDBC is a Java database connectivity. And what database you are using, we need to load the appropriate drivers. Then by using the drivers help, you can connect with these databases, and you can interact with your database, and you can get the data, you can push the data. Those all operations you can perform. Now we will see that here. Since we are using the database name called the PostgreSQL, and I want to add a dependency first. First we need to add a dependency. I'm going to add the dependency PostgreSQL, and this is our PostgreSQL version. We added the PostgreSQL, we added here, then click here, OK, refresh, so that library will be downloaded. Now here we are going to write one new class. I'm writing here, product details using JDBC. I'm going to say it as a product details using the JDBC. You are going to get it here. This is the main method. I'm going to write it here. Now first we want to get the string URL. What is your URL? Okay, and here we are going to say it as a string. What is your username? Okay, string we are going to say it as a password. String we are going to say it as a this is the URL. What is your URL? Okay, here I'm using the PostgreSQL, and my database is not running in the local, it is running in the cloud. Okay, it is running in the cloud. My URL is already we have taken here. This is my URL. Okay, this is my URL. This is my password. Okay, till here it's a password. Okay, I would be taking it as this is a password. Okay, then we are going to take my username. What is my username? JFS DB user. Okay, JSF DB user. We are going to say that here, and this is your host name. Whatever your host name, this is a host name. Complete path we are going to give it here. Okay, this is my host name. I'm going to say that here. This is my host name. Okay, yes, I think I did not copy completely. Yes, SM30 is my DB name. I have my URL, username, password. I got it here. And these values you shouldn't be putting in the source code. You should be putting inside the property file, and you would be reading that here. For quickly to explain that, just I have taken this. Okay, now what do you want to do here is first I need to connect with my database. For that, we are writing here one query. We are going to write it here. First, you are writing here string SQL equal to select PID, price, name, and product. Okay, here if you look at this table has got the ID, name, and price. Okay, we shouldn't be taking this is the ID, name, and price. We are going to write it here. Now we want to get this, you want to connect with the database, and finally we want to get the data. First I am going to take the connection. Java.sql connection con equal to null. I am taking the one more interface called the statement. I'll explain this here. Statement equal to null. Result set rs equal to null. Okay, here we are going to take the statement. From the java.sql, I'm taking the connection, I'm taking the result set, I'm taking the this. First, we need to establish the connection. Try con equal to, there is a class name called the driver manager. We can use the get connection. And this is a place where we need to pass the your URL, username, and password. And here it is going to throw the exception. This is a SQL exception. I'm going to take it here. Okay, e equal to e.print stack trace. Okay, now connection con equal to driver manager dot get connection, your URL, username, and then we are going to give the password. Now this is nothing but it will go and do what are the connection parameters you have given. It would be connecting with this URL. By using this username and password, it is going to connect with this username and password. It is going to connect with that. Once you get the connection, now I have to send this SQL query to my database. And I have to execute this query. What are the result it is getting? I have to process that result. For that, we are going to take it here. St equal to con.create statement. Rs equal to, hey, you create a, with respect to the with respect to this connection, you create a statement. I'm saying that here you execute the query. What is that query? SQL query we are asking to execute, and finally you will get the result set. Once I get the result set, I want to process that result set. I want to process that result set while I'm going to say it as a, hey, while rs.next, you get me the ID value, you get me the price value, you get me the, okay, we don't have the quantity. We have only, okay, we have only, these are the things, 3 variables you are having here. ID, product name, and price. Yeah, if you look at here, ID, product name, price. We are getting the rs dot. It is going to get the row by row. Each row we are getting the first column ID. Next is the name. Next is this. Once you get all these things here, we can display that here. SYS out of ID, name, and price. What is that value? I'm going to display. And finally, I'm going to close whatever the resources I have opened. What are the resources I have opened here? Those things has to be closed. I'm going to close it in the finally block. I'm going to close it here. So here, what is this Java program is doing here is my database is running somewhere. Okay, this is a place it is running, and I want to execute this query, and what are the result it is getting here? I want to display on that. First, I'm going to establish the connection. Then I'm going to create the statement, and I'm executing the query. And what are the result we got it here? We are iterating over the each row. Finally, we will be printing the system.out.println. The row, what is the values it is there? It is, we are going to print it here. Once we are done with this, extracting the result set and everything, we are done with that here. Before coming out of the try scope, what are the connections you have open? You must close it. Otherwise, others cannot use it. Now, let's run this example. What is the output it's going to display? We'll see that here. If you face any problems, we'll fix that. We face the error. What is that? JFS M30, it is not available. It is saying that here. Fatal error. Database SM30 is not available. It is saying that here. Okay, this is the database name is not found. It is saying that here. Copy this. Why it is saying that here. I'm going to paste it here. Control V. Okay, that's not 30. It's a O. Okay, cool. That's a DB name is wrong. That means our connection, it went and tried to connect with the database, but it did not connect because this DB is not available. Okay. Now, if you look at here, the product table, it's saying that here, hey, you don't have the P name because we have given the product name as a name. We did not give the P name. So the query is wrong, it is saying here. Okay, we don't have this here. We are going to say it as a name. And here also we are going to say it as a name. Okay, this is a small mistakes we made it here. And here this variable name can be anything. Here, what are the query it is returning the value, you should give the same values, ID, name, and price. Okay. Quantity, we did not give the quantity. Where did we give quantity? We did not give quantity. Oh, here, this is wrong. We don't have the table itself quantity. Small example, so many mistakes. Yeah. So we would be doing here because those columns are not available. Then it won't create a dynamically column. No. So we would be getting this data. One, this is what? Phone. This is a brand and it's going to print it here. If you want to print a proper formatted output, just you can put the comma here so that while displaying, this will be printed it as a, with the comma separator, it is going to print it here. This is a way you, from the Java application, when you are connecting with the database, what you would be doing here is first we need to know what database you are using, because in the market we have plenty of databases, MySQL, Oracle, DB2, Derby, PostgreSQL, SQLite. You have plenty of databases available. What is the database you are using? And you need to get the first we need to get the driver class. The driver class dependency, we are going to add it in a pom.xml file. This is a place where you would be adding the dependency. You are going to add it here. Once you add this dependency, so here we are writing here, first you need to know what is your connection parameters, where you are running, what is your username, what is your password. Then you are going to write your query. First you are going to establish the connection with that by using these connection parameters. Once I get the connection, I'm going to create a statement. Then I'm executing that statement. I'm going to get the result set. And I'm processing the result set. Once I'm done with that processing of the result set, finally I should close the resources, whatever I open. Even when you are inserting, when you are deleting, the process would be the same. The process would be the same. So this is a way you can connect with your databases, and you would be accessing the data from the database. You will be accessing that. Yeah. This is what you can do that here. Like no, even while inserting the data also, same steps you will follow. You will write a query and you will create a, there are statements also. We have a different types of statements are there. Prepared statements and all these things you are having here. First, what you can do here is to learn this database and how this SQL works. You install the one render.com, you create a one account, you create, and once you create an account, you create a one DB instance, and where you use the DB viewer and you connect and you play with these queries, how to write the queries and all these things, you play with that. Once you got understanding of this SQL and how it works, then you can come to the Java. How do I do the same thing in my Java application? So how I'm going to connect with this database, these things you just play around. This is a way you would be connecting with the databases. From the Java application, you would be connecting that. Any questions, guys? ID, name, brand, and price. Okay, I'll just show you that here. How do you read this JSON data? And I want to insert this data into the database I want to insert. Because brand name, we don't have the column. I will add the column. Okay, alter table, or we are going to do the drop table. Drop table, I'm going to say it as a product. Okay, here we are going to drop the table, and I want to recreate the table. So here we are going to create this is a table. I'm going to create it here. Create table. Just let me avoid this here. ID is a long int. I'm going to take it here. This is a primary key. I'm going to say that here. Okay, here we are going to say that as a brand. This is a varchar of 250. Cool. Okay, this is a table I created here. Okay, we don't have any issue. So then when I'm selecting here, select start from product. Okay, so we don't have any data, just it's empty. Now what I want to do here is I want to insert this data into this database. Okay, what I would be doing here is JDBC. Okay, here we will do like this. This entire thing, I'm going to write it into a separate method. Okay, this query and everything, I'm going to write it here. Separate method, I'm going to write it here. Control X, I'm going to do this here. Public static void show products. I'm writing in a separate method. I'm going to write it here. This is what show products. We are going to write it here. And this is a place where we want to get the brand name also. Okay. This is a string. I'm going to say it as a brand equal to rs.getBrand. And in the query also, I should add that here. Okay. Just we are going to add the brand. I'm going to add it here. And here we require a username, password, and email I required here. Now what I'll do here is all these things I'll make it as a constant. I'll make it here. Here we are going to write it here. Private static final. Okay, I'm going to say it as a private static final. Private static final, private static final. So that we can use it in multiple places. That's the reason I'm just making it as a constant values. And this place I can use it here. Okay, here we are going to use all the products you will be using here. Now, the next we are going to write one more method where we want to add all these things. Public static void add products. Okay, we are going to call the add products. We are going to call it here. And this is a place where we are going to pass the list of products. List of product day 9. I'm going to take it here. This is a place where I'm taking the products. I'm taking here. These all products I want to add to the. This database. I want to add it here. First, you are going to write a SQL query. You are writing here SQL equal to. So insert into product. Okay, ID, name, price, and brand name. These are the values. I'm saying that here insert into product ID, name, brand, and price. We are going to insert. First, you are going to get the connection. Okay, connection equal to null. Prepare statement. You are going to take it here, and we are going to take the. Hey, you connect with my database. You are going to connect with the database. Okay, we will not add a batch or anything here. Let me delete all these things. Okay. So get connection. I'm going to close this here. Catch. We are going to handle the SQL exception. And finally, we are going to do this here. Try. If things are not connection and prepare statement is null, we are going to release that resources. We are going to release that here. Now here we are going to take it as the pst dot set prepare statement. We are going to write the SQL. Then here we are going to iterate over the product. Okay, iterating over the product. We are going to iterate over the product.
Sir, you are on mute.
Sorry. How long it was on mute?
Just a couple of minutes.
Okay, fine. Here we are going to do this here. Add product. Here we are going to get the all the products from the existing class. I'm getting the products and I'm adding that here. And I call this method. It is going to add that products. Whether it is added or not, just I want to check that here. If I call this here, I have a 12 products. It is added the 12 products. How do you display that product? Anyhow, we need not to call every time. It is going to add the like it will have the exception because we made it as a primary key. It won't allow the duplicate elements. Now I want to call the show products. I'm calling here all the 12 products it should display. What are the products you are having in the database? It should be getting the all the products and it's going to display the all the products it would be displaying here. Clear? So this is a way you guys can practice like now how I'm going to add the product and how to retrieve the product. Similarly, you try with the delete product, how I'm going to do that here. This is about the JDBC and how you will be connecting with that. Here I'm going to remove my usernames and password, and you guys can put your username and passwords. And here also I'm going to remove my URL. I'm going to remove that here. Okay, you guys can put here. You can replace the URL. Okay, just for your reference, I'm putting here, and I'm going to add this is a DB name. This is what I'm going to say as your DB name. Okay, we are going to put it as a DB name. And here, wherever angle brackets I'm putting here, you remove that and you put your username. And here you put your password. That's it. So which would be working. Like now you can test that here. You render.com, you create one account and create a DB instance and try to do this here. Okay, that's all I plan for these 10 days, guys, and I hope you have learned something from me. And what are the knowledge? What are the things we discussed? Like with the examples we discussed, and this knowledge will help you at least to understanding what is the programming and how the things works and what are the things mainly you have to focus in the core Java. And to take this knowledge to the next level, that's all depends on you, how you want to like going through the various books or various resources, whatever it is available, and spending more time on these same examples and practicing that more. Like that's all up to you guys. Like now you can decide like hey, I want to go it as a full stack developer, or you want to go it as a Android developer or Selenium developer. You can decide that here. This knowledge definitely is going to help you in these 3 areas. Thank you guys, and thank you so much for attending the till last class. Okay, so first class it was a big number, then it's dropped down, and finally there was a couple of people who are there in the session. Thank you so much. Thank you each and every one. Yeah.
Yeah, hello. Hi, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Yeah, actually, we are unable to catch your speed. If any chance, can you please provide recordings? It would be great.
Yeah, it is recordings are available in YouTube and it is sharing with you. No, every day they will be sharing the recordings.
No, we are not getting actually. Okay, I will check with them.
Yeah, it is there in the moment session is over. So it is available in the YouTube. You can check that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can just browse for the YouTube CareerIT something CareerIT. Okay.
Hi.
So just you can see here CareerIT, the yesterday class 9th class it happened during that. Okay. And you. This is the last class.
I want to convert on.
Okay, sure.
Now I want to know.
Okay. The end of the day, the session will be uploaded, so you can go through that. Yeah. You can reduce the speed or increase the speed if something you feel it's a little fast. You can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
You have examples. You have a source code recording. You have a source code. Play with that and see that how the things works. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you guys, and we are going to wrap up the session. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you.